And then the next level, diamond, we learned that you'll move your mountain by what you say. We said, we're going diamond, we are going diamond, we are going diamond. We drew our group out and we took it to Dexter and we said, Dexter, we're going diamond this year, show us how. He looked at our group and he said, is that all there is? We said, yeah, tell us how we're going diamond. He said, I'm so sorry, it's just not here this year. We said, Dexter, it is too. You sent us that book. What you say is what you get. Tongue of creative force, we've been saying it. We believe it, we're going to do it. Tell us how. And as kind of voice as he could, he said, maybe next year. We left that room and we said, he doesn't know. We're going diamond. Yeah. Even our mentor couldn't take it away because it was in our heart, because we'd learned the principle. What you say is what you're going to get. And we kept saying it and saying it and saying it. We didn't know how. We just knew it was going to happen. And we had our first 30-day platinum come into the organization at that point. That was leg number 5. We knew 6 was going. And number 4 said, we'll take care of ourselves. We made diamond that year. Well, the next thing is executive diamond. He got up, he said, Sherry, I think we're supposed to go executive diamond. I said, yeah, I got that too. I said, but doesn't so-and-so, don't they have a bigger business than us? And doesn't so-and-so? And we said, yeah, but I still think in my heart that's what we're supposed to do. So we had 4 options. We started working with the legs, and we decided the ones that were supposed to be would show themselves. And you know what? They did. And we ran with them, and we went executive diamond that year. It was exciting. But we dared to believe. We dared to step out on that. And it happened. Are your goals important enough? I hope so. Well, then we went on to double diamond, and phew, that was an amazing year. That year, a tornado hit our house, took the pillars off, and it's just a miracle. Nothing more happened, really, and our son was in a terrible car accident, but you know, we stayed focused. We stayed focused. I just started driving him to college, stayed focused. The roof got fixed, stayed focused. And we ended up that year at double diamond. How many people will let some little thing pull them off? But you just got to stay focused on where you're going. You see, life happens, but you just keep going. Then we went on to triple, and it was just like, well, y'all been good students, and we're going to give this one to you. It was wonderful. But you know, we're not done. We're not done. But you know, I could tell you about all the wonderful trips. We've been to Peter Island so many times. It's just a private, beautiful island, the British Virgin Islands. And only royalty and top producers in this business ever really get to go there, all expenses paid. It's just incredible. But you know, people say, well, you just have to give up so much to succeed in life. Yeah, I've given up a few things. I gave up getting up with the alarm clock every morning. Now I can get up with beautiful sunrises if I want, or sunsets if I want. It just doesn't matter, or mid-afternoon, mid-morning, it doesn't matter. I don't have bells ringing in the hallways now to tell me when a class is over, since I was a teacher, to tell me when I was hungry. I don't have bells ringing to tell me when I can go home for the day. I gave that up. Now I just kind of tell myself, hey, I like it. I gave up worrying that a major appliance might break down. Anybody ever been there? Where would the money come to fix it? I gave up worrying that a car might break down on the interstate, and gosh, what would we do? We don't have any money saved. And I gave up thinking that my life might be insignificant and I wouldn't ever get to go anywhere or see anything or be anybody or do anything. Anybody ever worry about that you might just live and die and nobody ever know you came and went? I wanted to be somebody. I wanted to do something with my life. I wanted to make a difference. Hope you have that burn in your heart, because this is the place. I gave up stinking thinking for millionaire mentality. I could go on and on. I gave up the victim mentality so I could be a victor. Yeah, I gave up a lot. And I'd give it all up again because I love what my life has become. And you will too. Well, I could tell you about incredible trips to Alaska and trips to Europe, Greece, the Italian Riviera, the most beautiful places in the world, the Holy Land, Egypt, Africa, all memories now. Incredible. I could also tell you about the young man that came up to me one day at a major function. He said, Sherry, if it weren't for you, I'd be a hopeless alcoholic today. But listening to your tapes has made a difference in my life. I'm like, oh, Lord, thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. You see, it's so much more than what you maybe even think it is. It's so much more. Can only encourage you to go to the next level, take the next step. And I'll finish with this and bring Jerry right back. When Daddy started the business, we kids thought him a bore. We couldn't see how anyone would want to work more. But then Mommy got excited too. She said she saw the light. And it was business, 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 morning, noon, and night. Books in the bedroom, tapes on the floor, phones are ringing all the time, people at the door. Going to meetings every evening, out to motivate. We got the babysitter, wasn't that just great? We could see that they were happy, busy as can be. They went out and had a ball, we sat and watched TV. So when Daddy got a new car, we said we didn't care. Mommy got a new fur coat, we said that was fair. When Mommy reminded us of how Daddy used to be home every evening watching our TV, we kids had to keep real quiet or he'd be awful cross. Used to fume and fuss at dinner time, complain about his boss. Daddy's boss now, she told us, we have a business of our own. We're free and independent, although we're not alone. We're working rather hard, but we're making money too. There'll be a college education for you and you and you. Daddy's showing you what happens when you rise to meet the dare. It's a better example for you than just sitting in his chair. Best of all, she added softly, and her eyes were clear and blue, I've got my husband back, the man you children never knew. Just then Daddy entered, a twinkle in his eye. I heard that, he laughed. Now you hear my surprise. We're off soon for Bermuda. Mommy almost fainted. If you kids don't know me now, it's time we got acquainted. The trip was fun, Bermuda's nice, and so was all their weather. But the best part was when Daddy said, we're all in this together. We'll share the work, he said, and then we'll share the play. It's one for all and all for one, because that's the family way. Now brother opens boxes and goes out and gets some more. Sister makes up orders, I even sweep the floor. We all share in the business, and I think that's really wise. Mommy calls it family affair. Daddy says, free enterprise. Include your family, build a dynasty together. God bless you, I love you. Here's Jerry.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about lifestyle and wrap it up here. You know, the challenge that any guest speaker that's come up here that tries to do a little bit on giving an understanding on what the business has to offer walks a fine line. Because if we don't tell you very much, it's really easy for you to just say, well, heck, I can do that where I'm working now. Then we go to the other side and tell you more of the story, and you say, you know what, those people really turn me off, because all they do is brag. All they talk about is all this stuff, okay? And so we walk that fine line of trying to help you understand that there really is more here than anywhere else that you can go, okay? Now, first of all, you do understand that I am narrow-minded. I am prejudiced. I really do believe that. I believe that no matter what you're doing, it's not as good as what I've got. Okay? Now, I'm sorry. That's the way it is. Well, I'm really not sorry. That's what I believe, okay? And I understand that every occupation has its advantages and disadvantages, and this one does too. I'll tell you what this one is. It's mostly work in the evening. That's it. What's yours? I bet you can come up with a lot worse ones than that, right? Okay. I mean, this is just wonderful work. Although it's like one guy said, this business would really be great if you just didn't have to work with people. And we have tried considering, monkeys and robots, but it's not going to work. Okay. It's not paradise. It's not perfect. It's not utopia. It was until you signed up. Just kidding. Just having a little fun with you here, okay? Anyhow, I really do believe this is the best that there is because it offers such total freedom and flexibility, and it has changed our lives so drastically, not just on the outside, but as I said right at the beginning, on the inside too. You don't see the same people that got started in our business. You see different people up here today. People have grown and changed and believe now in people. Sherry really did have a lot of confidence in people, and I didn't. When I saw this, one of the biggest things I had to deal with is I'd been a plant supervisor, then I got a 20-hour-a-week raise. No more money, just a 20-hour-a-week raise, and became a plant manager. And I had dealt with people that I hired, and before I could fire them, they quit. And then some more quit and some more quit. So I dealt with people. I didn't have any confidence in people. Not much in me, but very little in anybody else either. So I've had to grow to the point where I could actually believe in people again. But you know what? I've been able to do that. Because every time when I come to functions just the same as you, I get inspired when I see these people that can't remember their own name when they get recognized for hitting a new pin level. And they stand up, what's my name, I think, yes, they've gotten that far with such little self-confidence and little ability to talk to people. They're growing every step of the way. I've seen people accomplish a whole lot more with a whole lot less than somebody else, because they were able to have somebody else believe in them for a while. Somebody else encouraged them and lifted them up to the point where they could at least start to dream again. Just start. And then that progressed on and on and on. Well, because of that change and the confidence of other people, we've been able to move on. Believe in other people, move on too. And we have had a life, I'm telling you what, golly. When we hit 7,500, I went out and I bought a Cadillac. Now, I shouldn't have done that, but Sherry's dad had laughed at us. So the first person I wanted to drive it over and show it to was him. Okay? Well, we've owned so many Cadillacs since then that it's just another car. People say, well, it doesn't impress me. It doesn't impress me either. But for a different reason. Okay? It's just another Cadillac. We own Mercedes and Jaguars and convertibles and hardtops and 3 different motorhomes, and you say, oh, no, that's important to me. It doesn't have to be important to you. You can find something else of equivalent. Maybe you take all that money and give it to somebody. That's fine. We've been able to do some of those things too. We've traveled. Sherry and I love to travel. We're kind of people you say, would you like to go? We say yes, and then we ask you where. Dexter comes through Nashville once in a while. He came through in his motorhome. He'd say, you want to go? We'd jump in the motorhome, and then we'd say, where are we going? Sometimes he didn't tell us till we got there, okay? It didn't matter. We like to go and see and see what the world is like. Total freedom. Give you an idea of what freedom is. Waking up in the morning, having pulled your motorhome over to the side of the road, and then trying to remember where you are. Then after you remember where you are, trying to remember where you were going. And when you realize you know where you're going, then understanding it don't matter when you get there, because you're free. Seeing the world on your schedule. Not have to worry about getting back in time for work. Not having to ask for time off. Not worrying about, do they like my work or not? Not worrying about what's the economy going to do to my job, my company, or my industry. Not having to worry about any of those things. Getting up every morning and realizing my future is in my hands. Now, for some of you, that might be scary. But as time goes on and you start believing in other people and yourself, it's not scary anymore. Because you realize you got a spouse that loves you, an upline that loves you, somebody that cares about you and believes in you. You start realizing with that combination, there's nothing that stands between you and everything you can become. Doesn't matter if you're young or old, mature, immature, whatever. One person said, we don't care what you got. It doesn't matter what your abilities are. All we're looking for is availability, and we'll take over from there to help you become everything that you need to become to have all of your dreams. You see, that's what we want to get across to you this weekend. You have people that believe in you, care about you, love you, will go the extra mile with you. You just got to start trusting in them if you can't trust in yourself. Believing in them if you can't believe in yourself. Maybe loving them if you can't love yourself. And when that happens, nothing can stop you. You're on your way to your dreams that He's put in your heart and your mind. Run for it. Run for it with all you got. Don't hold anything back. Lay it all out there. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is life. Go for it with all you've got. And when that happens, we'll see you at Diamond Club.